Welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package. I am Sheena Harry. Good evening. Welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package. I am Sheena Harry. Good evening. The non-profit California-based organization Ethical Traveler has revealed its top 10 ethical travel destinations for 2016, and our beloved Nature Isle is among them. According to the group, this list was comprised for travelers who've resolved to avoid spending their tourism cash in countries with poor human rights and environmental records. While countries such as Chile and Lithuania have been removed from the list, Dominica has joined the ranks of Cape Verde, Micronesia, Mongolia, Panama, Samoa, Tonga, Tuvalu, Uruguay, and fellow West Indian nation Grenada. Co-founder of Ethical Traveler, Jeff Greenwald, says, "While we acknowledge that no country is perfect, we honor those that strive to build a better, more sustainable society. Their neighbors can learn and benefit from their example, and so can we." Ethical Traveler reviews the policies and practices of hundreds of nations in the developing world, then selects the 10 that are doing the most impressive job of promoting human rights, preserving the environment, and supporting social welfare, all while creating a lively, community-based tourism industry. Dominica can boast that this is not the first time that the island has made it on the list. The country was also recognized in 2010, 2014, and 2015. Ethical Traveler commended Dominica for leading the Caribbean islands in healthcare, education, and the development of geothermal electricity. In other stories, ahead of the official opening of Mass Dominic 2016, Assistant Superintendent of Police Richmond Valentine has called on the Dominican public to adhere to the laws of the country. Valentine says law officers intend to be very alert and swift in their actions to avoid any criminal activity during the season.
I would like to caution those individuals with criminal intentions who, during the carnival season, wait for the opportunity to settle scores with others. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force will implement measures to intercept, harass, and disrupt their plans, and if found culpable, prosecution will be swift.
For the many vendors who will be rendering services to the general public, Valentine had this to say.
To the vendors, ensure that your food handler's permit, you are in possession of your food handler's permit, and your liquor license is set up in the designated or authorized areas. We will not tolerate the erecting of any structure on the road. So take notice of that.
The superintendent explained that under the carnival order, based on the description of an offensive weapon, a bottle, empty or full, fits that description. A lot of people share the sentiments that carnival is nothing without the sensei costume. While the law is not banishing these costumes, there are specific procedures and rules that need to be followed.
May I argue that if you have no sensei, you have no carnival. But there's one or two rules that you must adhere to. So if you wish to dress in any sensei costume, ensure that you are carrying a registration number, and that number must be visible and worn whenever you are in that costume. So ensure.
Mass Dominic 2016 will be officially opened tomorrow. The parade will commence outside DBS. A number of individuals who have contributed to the development and advancement of the bouillon music will be recognized at Showdown Mass Camp this evening. The pioneers receiving recognition are the original WCK members, Walkers, Cornell, Keith, Ra Peters, in addition to Triple K and Dada. Dr. Valda Henry explains that though we are in the Calypso season, bouillon music is indigenous to Dominica and its culture.
We have to stop and give recognition to the pioneers in the field. And so that's the reason why we stop to recognize our pioneers. Though it's not Calypso, but it's part of our music. And if you look at some of our Calypsos, if you listen well, you get a little bouillon fusion every now and again. Maybe even when Daryl takes it to a whole new level, the Bob. And so it's really not about a distinct genre. You see the interlocking. And that's again part of the reason for the recognition of our bouillon pioneers tomorrow.
Henry noted that among the pioneers, one individual who is rising in the industry is being recognized, and she explains why.
Also doing, I don't know his right, he just mentioned it, but Dada, everybody know him by Dada, because you notice if the original pioneers are here, but Dada is up and coming, young, and it is what we want to do is the continuation of the art form, and that's the purpose for why Dada is part of that lineup.
And that was Dr. Valda Henry, chairman of Showdown Mass Camp. Also in the news, international artist Kevin Little, who is in Dominica to perform at Showdown Mass Camp this evening, says he is impressed with the efforts put in by Dominicans to protect and preserve the bouillon music.
The way that you guys here are very hooked on your own culture. I love that you're honoring your own artists, because the thing is, in St. Vincent, Raga Soca, which is the music that I came up on, which turned me on, which is the biggest song I've had, is Raga Soca. But in our island, they don't really focus on it and make it what it is supposed to be. And I love that you guys are actually holding on to your, what was it, bouillon, yes, that music of WCK and all. Yeah, I love that. That's very important, and that speaks wonders for you guys.
Little stated that Calypso in St. Vincent is not at the level as it is in Dominica, as their culture has become more like Trinidad with their soca music. According to Little, he applauds Dominicans for featuring their own instead of foreign artists who come to perform in the country.
Your local artist close the show is something that I'm loving here too. You know what I mean? That is incredible to me, because on the other islands they don't have the pride in their own artists. You know, even in St. Vincent, where we have Skinny Fabulous and Madzat and Problem Child and myself, we don't get to close shows. I go home to St. Vincent and they don't do that for me, you know, and I am internationally known. I'm getting.
Parliamentary representative of the Roseau Valley, Colin McIntyre, says the bridge connecting Watton-Waven to Trafalgar is very important for tourism in the Roseau Valley. McIntyre made the statement during a visit to the construction site of ongoing works to erect a Bailey Bridge to connect the two communities following the destruction of the bridge in that area during the passage of Tropical Storm Erica.
It's a very, very important bridge in terms of the link, you know, in terms of completing that circle, and even for our tourism product as well too. It's very important because the Watton-Waven tour takes part across this bridge here to get to Watton-Waven. So it makes it much easier for our taxi drivers, our tour operators to come through, visit the Trafalgar Falls, then come through here and visit the Sulphur Springs and all the hot water activities in the Watton-Waven area. We know we have suffered tremendously. In the days of the old days, we had no bridge here. Then we made this temporary bridge where we crossed across the river. But every time there was a flood, or what we refer to as the river coming down, there's no way we could get any vehicles going across there.
According to McIntyre, he will treat the Wharton-Waven Trafalgar Bailey Bridge donated by the government of Jamaica as a permanent bridge. The parliamentary representative says he and his constituents are impressed with the progress of the work done thus far on the Bailey Bridge and are looking forward to its completion. McIntyre added they are working to have the bridge completed in the shortest space of time in an effort for cruise ship visitors and villagers to benefit from its advantages. Also in the news headlines, the public is being urged not to interfere with the operations of the 2016 opening of Carnival Parade in Roseau, scheduled to take place on Saturday from 3 o'clock. This message comes from Deputy Chairperson of the Carnival Road Parade Committee, Charlene White-Christian, who said non-interference is vital for the smooth running of the parade.
We are asking you also to respect the marshals and the runners who will be assisting with the parade. We do not want anyone to get hurt, so we are asking you to please stay on the sidewalks and allow the vehicles, etc., to run through smoothly. I want to emphasize, as I did last year for the bois, we're asking that no one cuts across the street or tries to take a photograph while the bois are on their stilts, because 2 years ago we had an incident where someone fell and got seriously injured. So we're asking you to stay still, stand away from the bois, please. If you want to take photos, stay on the sidewalk.
Christian said there will be no throwing of tokens from any floats and is advising all pageant organizers to get persons to accompany the contestants to hand over all the tokens to patrons on the sidelines. According to Christian, this is in an effort to ensure no one is injured. Deputy Chairperson of the Carnival Road Parade Committee, Charlene White-Christian, says the 2016 opening of Carnival Parade in Roseau looks to be very promising. Christian said the parade, which will begin from 3 o'clock from Victoria Street, will feature a number of floats.
We have about 6 advertising floats. We have 6 Lapo Cabrit bands. We have about 5 sensei groups, including the Darkies and so from Good Hope. We have about 4 cheerleading groups. We have our band moving from Colliho. They are back, and we are very grateful that they are back, and we are very grateful that they are taking part in the opening. We have the usual pageant groups, the Miss Teen, the Princess contestants, the Mass Jamboree contestants, the Mother's Queen, and of course the Miss Dominica contestants.
Christian says only individuals, bands and floats registered with the Dominica Festivals Committee will be allowed to parade on their floats. According to Christian, community groups and or pageants need to ensure they are registered by contacting the Dominica Festivals Committee's office on telephone number 448-4833 as soon as possible. Christian added, as compared to last year, few school groups will be part of the opening parade as a result of the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, which severely affected time to prepare. One man has taken it upon himself to begin a fundraising drive for Murnell Christmas, a contestant in this year's Carnival Queen Show who hails from Campbell. Campbell resident Vivian Maxime says the idea came about due to the lack of sponsorship coming forward.
Rather disappointing that Murnell Christmas and the other girls have not received sponsorship, and in this regard I came up with the initiative that we should raise funds for Murnell, and calling on the persons in the diaspora, whatever contribution that you can make, persons residing in the diaspora from Campbell, whatever contribution that you can make towards Murnell, because this is impressive, this is remarkable for Campbell. I mean, when negative things happen in a village, everybody seems to be healing and crying about it, but when positive things you don't seem to hear that shout out about it.
Maxime said this Sunday from 2 o'clock, the fundraising for Christmas will begin with a rounders match between both males and females of Campbell, in addition to domino competitions, accompanied by a well-stocked bar and food available for sale. An appeal is being made to residents of Campbell, Warner, Maho, Massac, and Jimmet to come and support the fundraising effort. Fundraising efforts will continue every weekend until the Queen Show in the form of barbecues, in addition to the sale of Murnell Christmas fan gear. Stay with us. Ali and Christopher is up next with sports.
Welcome to today's Sport Report with me, Ali and Christopher. First up this evening, the Dominica Football Association will be looking to benefit from the reigns of the new president of FIFA after the general elections this year. The DFA president says he hopes that the policies of FIFA remains as he says. His association cannot do without FIFA in terms of financial needs.
I would hope that a lot of the policies that FIFA has at present would remain, because you hear about a lot of reforms due to take place. So we'd expect that the new president would carry on some of the policies of President Blatter. We cannot do without FIFA in terms of the financial needs and benefit that we get from there. So we will definitely, play our part in terms of lobbying closely to the president. Not when I mean lobbying, not that. Well, we depend on FIFA, so we will put our agenda forward and see how much we can benefit from whoever governs FIFA.
The 2016 FIFA General Elections will be held in Zurich, Switzerland on February 26. This FIFA Congress will elect the successor to Sepp Blatter, who will step down from his position of the president of FIFA in the aftermath of the 2015 FIFA corruption case. The 2016 United Insurance Secondary Schools Under-20 Cricket Championships kicked off its opening earlier today with an opening ceremony and a ballorama competition among the champion houses of 5 schools. Representing the United Insurance Company was Nigel Shillingford, who, in spite of the passage of Tropical Storm Erica back in August of 2015, the United Insurance Company made themselves a promise to continue sponsoring the tournament.
And to our customers. But at the same time, 30 years ago we made a pledge and we have a responsibility to you, the students, and to cricket in Dominica. And as has been said, for 30 years we've kept that commitment, and we intend to keep that commitment for 30 more. We realize that the avenues that we have provided here for the development of young people and the development of the sport of cricket in Dominica is in itself invaluable. Yes, we present a check every year, but that we cannot quantify what can be gained from it when we have you, the students, participating, developing your skills, and taking yourself to the next level in the sport. That is where the true payment comes in. That is where we reap the benefits, when we can take our students and use them to bring Dominica on the map in the international game and in cricket.
Parliamentary representative for the Roseau Central, Honorable Joseph Isaac, spoke briefly and touched on a few key points, one being sportsmanship.
So my focus here is just going to be on sportsmanship. Sportsmanship involves, one, talent. It also involves discipline, hard work, and teamwork. So I want to focus on teamwork, because first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you. I would like to give yourself a round of applause for being here today. You are here today. You are here today because you are talented and hardworking. And right now, at whatever level, for example, at the house level, you are the representative of your school in regards to the house you are representing.
Last year's cricket festival, Ballarama champions were the Balata House from the Pierre Charles Secondary School, while the Dominica Grammar School were crowned champion school. And following the completion of the United Insurance Secondary School's Under-20 cricket competition, young cricketers are expected to be selected for post-competition training for the Sir Gary Sobers Trophy in Barbados. This was according to Senior Sports Officer Yudi John.
Following the competition, we will have the selection of boys, young boys in training as we prepare them for post-competition and post-competition training, and they will be preparing for, from the sports division perspective, the Gary Sobers cricket tournament, which is expected to take place in Barbados in July. And we will also see some of those boys being qualified to represent Dominica on the national cricket team, on the 19 cricket team that is being organized by the Dominica Cricket Association.
The senior sports officer noted that an exciting tournament is expected, as it is often seen. 9 schools have registered to participate in this year's United Insurance Under-20 Secondary Schools Cricket Championship. West Indies Under-19s delivered another weak batting effort to go down by 171 runs in their second one-day warm-up game against Bangladesh Under-19s. In a worrying sign ahead to their campaign in the ICC Youth World Cup next week, the Caribbean side could only muster 128 all-out of 49.3 overs in pursuit of 300 for victory. Kimo Paul, batting at number 7, top scored with 25, while opener Gideon Pope hit 23, but were the only 2 batsmen to pass 20. Earlier, Bangladesh Under-19s piled up a daunting 299 for 5 after opting to bat first. Left-hander Pinak Ghosh struck 109 of 135 balls with 9 fours to lead the way, while Nazun Hussain chipped in with 79 and Mihed Hassan 54. Bangladesh was stuttering at 44 for 2 in the 11th over when Ghosh and Nazul came together to add 179 for the 3rd wicket, a partnership which deflated the Windies Under-19s. Fast bowler Alzari Joseph was the best bowler with 2 for 50. The final warm-up game will be played on Saturday at the same venue before West Indies Under-19s clash with Scotland in their opening game of the Youth World Cup on January 22nd in Fatula. And half-centuries from Nkrumah Bonner and Muntins Hod, along with a brilliant spell from off-spinner Rakim Cornwall, helped Leeward Island Hurricanes break their losing slump as they beat combined campuses and colleges Marooners by 14 runs. Without a win since the start of the regional 4-day championship last November, Hurricanes successfully defended a competitive 242 for 8 by restricting Marooners to 228 all out, with 5 balls remaining in their 4th round contest of the regional Super 50. Asked to bat first, Hurricanes flourished as the Jamaican Bonner top scored with 79, while Hodge struck 66 and opener Shane Jeffers made 32. Off-spinner Mark Dial finished with 3 for 32, while left-arm spinner Ryan Hines supported with 2 for 46. Opener Vikash Mohan then struck 79 to put Marooners in control of the contest at 183 for 4 in the 40th over. Hurricanes are now 3rd in Group B on 6 points, with Marooners lying bottom on 4 points at the end of the 4th round. And Australia set a new run chase record at Brisbane to beat India by 7 wickets and take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 one-day international series. The visitors won the toss and made 308 for 8 from their 50 overs at the Gabba, with opener Rohit Sharma hitting 124. But Australians openers Aaron Finch and Sean Marsh put on a 145-run stand. Captain Steve Smith, 46, and George Bailey, 76 not out, also played key roles for the home side as they eased towards their victory total. Rohit's total followed the 171 not out he made in the series opener in Perth. Rohit shared a second wicket stand of 145 with Virat Kohli, who made 51, while Ajinkya Rahane chipped in with 89 as India attempted to set Australia a testing target. Australia missing regular opener David Warner, who is on paternity leave following the birth of his second daughter on Thursday, started aggressively through Finch and Marsh, who both made 71. Smith fell for a breezy 46 from 47 balls leaving Bailey and Glenn Maxwell to see them off with an over to spare. The third match takes place in Melbourne on Sunday. And that concludes the Primetime Sport Report for today. I am Marlon Christopher, saying goodbye and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Alian, for that report. Shana Esprit has the weather report coming up next.
Pleasant good evening and welcome to CBN4's weather report. For the entire week, we've been seeing the same weather patterns, partly sunny and cloudy with a shower in spots. This evening, it stays the same. The area will be partly cloudy with a shower in spots. We've been experiencing this for the past few days with temperatures remaining consistent. It's going to be another cool night for us. As we see, temperatures will be 81 degrees high with a low of 75. Humidity has risen to 79% with a 42% chance of rain in the area. Sea conditions are moderate in open waters with waves up to 7 to 8 feet. Winds are moving east-northeasterly to easterly with an increase of 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. The sun rose at 6:36 a.m. and will set at 5:55 p.m. Now for the weather synopsis. A high-pressure system will produce a relatively dry and stable atmosphere across the region. Meanwhile, occasional cloudiness and brief showers are possible across parts of the island chain during the next 24 hours. Moderate sea conditions are expected during the next 24 to 48 hours, with waves peaking near 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise caution. And that's your weather report for this evening. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend.
Report. And thank you for watching CBN4's Primetime News. Once again, I am your presenter, Sheena Harry. Good evening.